What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we have some awesome Takara officially revealed Studio Series stuff here for the upcoming wave that is dropping in just a few short months. So let's get right down to the nitty gritty and break down these images and give you guys my thoughts on everything as always. So first up here, we have Scavenger. Oh man, he looks pretty good for what he is, I will say. He's not perfect, like I first talked about in his revealed video a few days ago, but I definitely do feel like he's a step above the Combiner Wars figure. Details are decent, vehicle mode pretty decent, the gun looks pretty good for what it is, robot mode looks pretty good. It's just, I wouldn't say a mid figure, but it's not an amazing figure. It's just good, you know? And then you see it fully combined with Devastator, the whole figure this time. I think this is one of the first times we've seen actual official images of Devastator fully colored and complete in robot mode, and it looks great. The proportions aren't perfect, the details aren't perfect to the animation model, or how some people would prefer Devastator to look in combined mode. I do understand that, and I do agree with some of the points that people bring up with this combined mode for Devastator, but in my opinion, I think that this is the best mainline official Hasbro Devastator figure that they've made, hands down. It's better than the Combiner Wars. It just looks really good despite the flaws it has, and it's probably going to be a lot more durable than that CW version too, with those breakage problems that figure had. And looking at Mixmaster, we've seen him a couple of times already, but it's nice to actually have officially revealed images and not leaked images this time, and he looks good. I think he looks better than Scavenger, but you know, there's some minor issues, but he's still pretty good looking. I may complete Devastator. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air for me personally right now. And then we get something more new here. We have TF1 Starscream. This guy looks pretty dope. I can't remember if he's going to be a Voyager or a Deluxe. To me personally, in these images, he looks more like a Deluxe class, if I'm being honest. So if he's a Voyager, it's kind of rough to me. But he looks good. I think this is another good Seeker mold that Hasbro has produced. Do I think it's as good as some of the past Seeker molds we've gotten the last like 6 years with Siege, Earthrise, War for Cybertron games, Bumblebee movie, stuff like that? Judging by these images, I don't think so. Especially if he's a Deluxe or a Voyager, I don't really think they did it justice. But for what they're going for, it does look pretty good. I'm definitely not going to be getting this. I really don't have any attachment to Transformers 1 stuff outside of me recognizing that I think the movie is pretty good. And I do like some of the designs. I do want an Arachnid and a Jazz from that movie. I think those are two that I would probably get because, let's be real, we don't get an Arachnid or a Jazz figure as often as a Starscream figure. So, but still looks pretty good. And then we have Alita 1, which we saw a long time ago. It's been up for pre-order, I think, for a while. Again, looks decent. I wouldn't say she looks great or anything, but for what they're going for, it's decent. I'm not going to be getting this. And then the main attraction, obviously, is the 86 Megatron. We finally have actual official images of this guy revealed, and it's not leaked in-hand pictures that we've been getting the last, like, 2 weeks. So, Takara finally did it. Hasbro, again, they're falling behind. I don't know what Hasbro's, like, reveal marketing plans are for these things nowadays. It just seems like it gets a little bit worse year by year. Like, you would think they would want to do some grand unveiling for basically the most hyped up Transformers release from Hasbro in the whole year of 2025. But no, it's just basically like a side reveal from Takara, a company. Well, I don't want to say that. I was going to say it's not really that popular in Japan, but it is. I would be wrong saying that. But you know what I mean. It's like Takara's doing like this off-brand online reveal for one of the biggest Transformers releases ever, basically, I'd say. And Hasbro's not really doing any promotion for this right now. It's kind of weird to me. But Megatron, he looks really dope. I do think this is the best Megatron that Hasbro has made in terms of the G1 character. I don't know how it's going to stack up with other iterations or other G1 renditions that Hasbro's done over the years, but I do know in terms of actual G1 generations Megatron figures, this is looking to be the best. I love the lightsaber. The gun mode accessory is cool, even though it is a little in terms of accuracy. The tank mode, I've seen a lot of people complain about it. It's obviously not the greatest. They sacrificed a lot for the robot mode to be as accurate and as peak as this thing is. So I understand from an engineering perspective why. But at the same time, this thing's almost $60. It would have been nice to get more of a cohesive and cooler, more functional tank mode than what this seems to be in the images that we've gotten from this reveal and the images that we've seen in hand of this figure. But it's still decent for what they were able to work with in terms of, you know, what the robot mode needed to be and gun mode parts being on that robot mode. So I still think it's pretty genius in Black Magic how they handled this, if I'm being honest. And Starscream holding gun mode Megatron Classic looks great. Still don't think the accessory came out the best in terms of the look and sculpt. I think it could have been a bit more accurate. But maybe that was for either copyright reasons or for gun law reasons. They can't make it too accurate to the Walter P38, which to me, I've said this many times on the channel, it's not a big deal to me. If there's different gun laws than there were 40-some years ago, it is what it is. It does suck a little bit, but I mean, you know, if all these dudes in their 50s crying about how we can't get gun mode Megatron at this point, you're like beating a dead horse. I understand what you're saying, but it's just not going to happen at this point. People have been complaining about this and making outrages online about it for damn near 20 years now, since we've gotten the classics Megatron, and that was the last Hasbro mainline gun mode Megatron we ever got. Or no, I think there was the Legends class one from Reveal the Shield in 2010. But regardless, it's been like 15, 19 years now at this point, and we're still beating the same horse. Like, it's absolutely insane to me. But I think they handled this as good as they could, and it came out absolutely fantastic. The back of the figure is super clean. It's got that gun barrel thingy behind his back that so many G1 Megatrons over the last like 10, 15 years have been missing. So I really do like that. I do feel like he could have came with his mace. Again, I've said this before in the last like week or two since we've been seeing this guy, but I think if he came with the mace, this would have been like 100% perfect. Right now, I think he's like 80 to 90% perfect. I have my nitpicks with the fusion cannon and the overall color of the figure and some proportional issues, and the mace not coming with him. But other than that, this guy is absolutely amazing. Yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below. How do y'all feel about this newly revealed Studio Series wave? It's kind of odd that I'm pretty sure Widowmaker's in this wave, but she's missing from this reveal list. So maybe Hasbro's planning to reveal her separately at some point soon this month. That would be interesting. It's weird that if that's the case, they chose Widowmaker, who's like a random concept art Bayverse character that barely anybody knows, instead of G1 Megatron getting the leader class treatment and arguably the best figure that Hasbro's made from that character. But I don't know, it's kind of weird if that's the case. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!